Hi everybody, all my followers, be welcome to another video. Right, this is the third video on this car. Well, not really the third video, it's the third video about this car. So I will leave a link somewhere. Well, I'll leave links in the description below for the first issue with this car. Then was a talking video about why this car came back. And now is going to be the video hopefully sorting this second problem. Now this is not, although it looked like the same, I would really advise you to watch the other two videos. I would recommend you to watch the other two videos, so this video might make a little bit more sense. But I will try not to make this a follow-up from the other one. So basically this car is a comeback for a light that hopefully I'll be able to show you. I think if I start the car twice, the light will come on. So we'll try to do that. And we're going to see what the problem is and hopefully get it fixed. So let's gonna start this thing and see if I can make that light come on. And no, it didn't. It didn't come. So let me turn it off and start it again. Come on, show me. Oh, show me the light. Show me the light. Try to see if I... Come on. It just came this morning after I started the car the second time. Damn it. Okay, looks like it's not coming on. Nevertheless, I will leave you a picture of the light here somewhere so you can see exactly what it's coming up with. It's coming up with a DSC light and a warning for restricted performance. Now, the reason why the DSC light is coming on is because, I explained this many times, even on the video before this, is because of the fact that the engine has a fault that can affect or will affect the performance of the engine. The DSC, the ABS unit, it will disable the DSC because when the ABS unit or when the DSC needs to be activated, the DSC takes control of the engine. And because there is a fault on the engine that's going to affect the performance of it, the DSC light comes on, indicating that the DSC has been deactivated, because if it's activated with the faults in the engine, it's not going to be effective, and therefore you can cause more issues than actually good. So with no further ado, guys, let's gonna scan the car, because obviously, although we don't have the fault here now, the faults are going to be logged on the ECUs. So we're going to scan the car and go from there. Okay, let's gonna go to my engine. So the first thing I'm going to show you is the ABS. Let's gonna see what is coming up with the ABS. I know exactly what's in there. I've scanned the car already. But when this happens, usually the faults are telling you to go to the engine to see what's wrong in there. And in this case, as you can see, invalid data sent from ECM PCM. So it's not saying it's a U, let me show you, it's a U0401. So it's not indicating a fault on the ABS system or braking system. It's just saying that there is some information coming from the engine ECU that I don't like it. So go there and see what the problem is. So we're going to go back and we're going to go to my powertrain, or PCM, ECM, whatever you want to call it, and my fault is, so DPF, it is fitted. By the way, guys, this is the 2.7 V6 engine. I should have mentioned that. It's a 2008, I should have said that at the start, I always do. So it's a 2008 Jaguar XF with the 2.7 liters turbo diesel V6. And the fault for this is that one. Look at that. P140A-21. History: exhaust gas recirculation sensor C circuit low. Circuit low sensor C. So Let's see what the service manual says. I don't know. It doesn't really matter, I think. Okay, here we go. Hold on, because I had this last time. I think the maxi says it's not. Oh, damn it. Okay, 2008. We'll tell them that, doesn't really matter for now. This is. We are in the United Kingdom. Okay, so what I want to show you is that was my next thing to do, but let me see exactly what happened. So the first time since the last controlled value, load value, engine, blah 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 blah, air intake, battery voltage. So the car, he was driving the car, I know he was, 320 seconds, so it happened about 5 minutes after he left from here. You're gonna have to watch the other videos, guys, for you to understand why I said after the guy left, but he's a return this anyway. So this car came back for what I was, well, anyway, I'm not gonna go through that now. 00. Let's see, 00. So it was asking for the EGR to be closed. Not really sure, it doesn't really show a lot. Right, I wanted to show you because if you go through here, it should show me. Hold on, let me do this again. Yeah, so this is where I want to get, because this shows me exactly the same as JLR or STD. So possible cause because we're a circuit short to ground bank 2. So it tells me it's bank 2, which I believe is the passenger side. In my case, driver side if you have your steering wheel on the left side. Actuator fault. Actions required perform the function related to these DTCs. Check circuit ground is present. Activated 2, circuit set ignition to on and off, and check and record. Okay, let me see if we do have a. So basically, guys, this is telling me there is a issue with the one of the EGRs. It tells me in there that it's bank 2. I'm not 100% sure yet, but we're gonna have a look. When we come here, it's gonna be easy for me to detect which one is bank 2. It tells me here, as you can see, the position of the two EGRs is very similar. They should be very similar anyway. So the top EGR is bank 0, okay, and the one in there is going to be bank 1. We're showing bank 2. So here it shows me bank 0, bank 1. It's going to be bank 1, bank 2. So bank 0 is going to be bank 1. Bank 1 in here is going to be bank 2, I guess. Well, I think. Yeah. So I think, like always, let's gonna do some visual inspection. Let me see if there's anything I can do. So live data is not really important. We've just seen the feedback from the EGRs. They are both the same, so we don't need to go there. So EGR throttle. Okay, let me see if I can do this. So let me turn the engine off. The cover is out, and Jesus Christ, these EGRs are buried inside down there. This one is not too bad, I think. Taking this to the side, the filter, you might get to it right there. But this side, whoo, Jesus. The thing is same bank 2, so to me bank 2 is going to be that side. Which is the easier one to get to, but if you're going to touch the EGRs, especially if the only thing they're going to need is cleaning, who knows. But there's one thing here, I don't like these pipes. These pipes are really thin for an EGR. I can guarantee they're going to be completely clogged, whatever. But this side is quite easy to get to be fair. We might going to be able to take it off, inspect. If this one is blocked or clogged, whatever, the chances are that one is going to be as well. But the fault is for signal, so I would love to see that fault coming back with a signal fault. So before, damn it, if I'm gonna drive this, I'm gonna get these really hot, then I won't be able to work on this. So, oh dear me, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do with this? Let me think. Okay, so I've been here inspecting. Everything looks okay. I mean, wiring wise, I found this hose here. This hose is shoot in there. Can you see it? Yeah. But that is a breather from one of the vacuum solenoids. I'm not sure what that solenoid is supposed to activate. Maybe the turbo, but that's actually the what they call the exhaust from the solenoid. So that is what sends the air back into the filter. The only issue with that, the way it is that any dust, any rubbish, the bits of rubber that's been shooed by the pulley, that's where that was touching, that's going to be sucked back into the engine after the filter, the air filter. So we're going to obviously repair that and route that properly. But the one thing I've noticed, guys, other than that, as I was saying, wiring wise it looks okay. I can't see nothing rubbing anywhere, everything looks fine. But there is one thing as I was here and that I want to show you, which is the following. So if you guys remember, I can't go back now, can I? So if you guys remember, this is for bank 2, this fault, if you guys remember. And then here, if you look at this, so this is bank 1, bank 0 or bank 1, okay. And then if you go on to the one below, that's going to be bank 1. Bank 1 is the actual position. Okay, so this is supposed to be bank 2. Is one for each bank. So anyway, but when I do this, what I want you to look at, so the one below, so look at the green line. So they are pretty much following quite well, actually, quite good. Now I'm going to stop the engine. I'm going to start the engine. And can you see how the green EGR, the green line, is a little bit slower responding and responds completely different? Have you seen that? I actually did it quite well now. But look at that, it opened, then it went back up again. So they are both of these, you can see in there, 42, 42, they are, that's the number, that's obviously the graphical data. They are at 43, if I do this, they should close, there we go. Can you see how the green, the peaks and stuff on the green EGR, on the green value, on the line? You see how different it reacts? Not always, but it does. Let me stop the engine again, because earlier was doing something really interesting. Let me stop the engine. I just can't stop the engine. Ignition on, so we can continue to have. Okay, so 513, so let me start the engine. You see how slow, how different the line is. It's like if it doesn't react as quick as the other EGR. See, when I accelerate, when I rev the engine, and you can even see it on the numbers, how different it is. Now, I believe they should react exactly the same. At least the line suggests they should be doing it. But they don't. So, it could be that that bunk is getting stuck. So, I think that's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to remove that EGR. pipe work, etc., and try to see what we find. Maybe give it a good clean, see how it's working, and go from there. I didn't manage to get the light coming back on. I did this morning when I moved the car to here. I stopped the car, then I had to restart it again to pull it back a little bit, and the second time it came up with that fault. So I think that's what is happening. It's getting stuck, something like that. The reaction of the valve is slower than the other side, as we have seen on the graphical data. So we're gonna have a look at it. That's the only thing we can do now, is get our hands dirty and see what we find. Okay, I'm not sure how I'm going to edit the video up to here, but I had to cut a little bit of mistakes I've done, or one mistake I've done when I was actuating the throttle, EGR throttle or something like that. Mistakenly, I was not thinking straight. What I was actually actuating is that butterfly throttle that is just before the EGR's inputs, where they go inputs. Where the EGR connects into the intake. So obviously I was not really actuating the EGRs themselves. I went through on the Maxi-Cs. The Maxi-Cs has no facility to actuate EGRs at all. I'm not saying the system I'm using now it will, because I didn't go any further than where I am at the moment. But I'm gonna have to cut that part because it's a waste of time, and we'll carry on from here. So I've at the moment I can't even start the engine because I've already removed one pipe of one of the EGRs. I can't start the engine right now. I can, but there's no point right now. So I've connected STD, and we are now scanning the car. So I got to this part where I've scanned the car, and this gives me the codes. So obviously 3 codes. The refrigerant pressure on the HVAC, this was there since the other video, so that's still here, and obviously the ABS, the invalid data received from the engine control module, and obviously our PCM. Okay, it tells me the relevance of this fault is 100%. Now we're going to be here, it's the second time I'm using this software, so if I come to service functions, surely it will have something to do for my EGR. I don't know if it's going to give me the option to activate these EGR valves or not. No, it's just these normal stuff that I am already kind of familiar with it. Let me see if there is powertrain. Okay, high pressure injectant pump replacement, full prime. Yeah, so this is the same stuff under service functions that the hotel gives me. It gives me exactly the same stuff. We're not going to proceed with that. One of them actually gives you the option to, or gives you the, one of the things is to reset the adaptations of the EGRs, but we're not going to do that. Electrical, let me see it down here. Oh, come on. Really? And programs, electrical, powertrain, transmission control module, powertrain, configure new modules. No, I'm not going to do that. Okay, so I'm not gonna go here just yet. So I can't see nothing here that's relevant to me. Let's gonna go to DTCs. Let's see just what the information tells us. So exactly the same as it was before on the Maxi-Cs, same description really. General signal failure, signal amplitude minimum. So to me this EGR is getting stuck, that's what I think it is. EGR guys were essential circuit low. Same stuff, carry out diagnostics, proceeds, not to pinpoint tests associated with this diagnostic, trouble code using the manufacturer approved diagnostic system, refer to the electrical, okay, so, close this, it's gonna go see what these tell us here. Okay, powertrain, turbo EGR, and path dynamic test. Sensor B failure. Highly recommended. So let's gonna try this first one. So this is basically kind of guided diagnostics, if that makes sense. Let me see what this one. So blah 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 blah. Yeah, we agree with that, no problems. Let me see what this one does. Okay, I hope it's not gonna send me to the turbo or anything like that. Okay, so I hope it's not gonna ask me. Okay, we're not gonna do this test because I'm not happy with it. Hold on. It's gonna ask me to get the engine running, so let's gonna stop this. Let me try this one down here. Okay, so that's fine. So we can't do that one. Okay, let's see. I have the diagrams for these EGRs. I could check the diagrams, the EGR. I've been doing a little bit of a wiggle test, if you guys know what I mean. It never failed. Okay, I think I'm going to put that pipe back. I will show you. If he asks us to run the engine, we'll run the engine, damn it. Oh, crazy stuff. So, it was raining just a minute ago. So, I removed this pipe, which is the pipe that comes from here to there. Actually quite surprised, because I thought this will be completely clogged. It's not too bad. I mean, it's not brilliant, but it's not like excessively blocked. I thought it would be much worse. So, yeah. We're gonna just put it back. It's just only 4 bolts, and then we'll carry on. Okay guys, we're gonna do a slightly different test, because that test was telling me it would be testing turbo and something else. I'm not interested in all of that. So it was this one here at the top, turbo, EGR, and blah blah blah. So I'm gonna actually do this one here, inline diagnostics unit 2 test exhaust gas recirculation valve, and I want to see if this actually lets me to test. Yeah, okay, no problem. Let's just carry on to see if this allows me to do something slightly better. Okay, so equipment required, inline diagnostic. What? Cable test. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this. And I will monitor activity, blah 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 blah, switch from engine. So the inline test will monitor activity on the exhaust recirculation valves after the ignition has been switched off from an engine run. The component test collects data from the exhaust valve directly. Oh, I don't think this is gonna work, but yeah, let's do it. Okay, so this is what it is. Okay, so I'm not gonna be able to do this. Serious Jaguar, how difficult it would be to put something here. Actually, let me see if there's some. Oh dear, I'm not familiar with these yet. Let me see if I find anything where I can just open and close those EGRs. That's all I want to do. Okay guys, so forget about it. I couldn't find anywhere where to activate these EGRs. If any of you guys knows where it is in those menus, feel free, let me know in the comments below. I couldn't find it other than those tests. And all I wanted to do really is just come here, activate the valve and see the valve moving. It's quite simple, but I couldn't find a place. Now, what I found though, as I was trying to get this EGR, check the EGR, is that the EGR is getting stuck. Look, I just moved it forward, and I'm going to show you. See? When you pull it back, first of all, it's extremely hard to push. Let me place the phone in a way that you can actually see what I'm doing. Hold on a second. Okay, I know the light is not the best, but I've done what I could, cleaning it, and as I'm going to show you now, I think you can see the shaft in here for the EGR. So the valve is at this end, and this is the shaft that comes all the way up to the actuator. As you're going to see now, He's moving much freely. He's coming back straight away. He's not getting stuck, you can see. And he's definitely, I feel him moving. Oh, no, got stuck there once. Right, but yeah, he's moving much freely. And yeah, I can feel it definitely much freely. So we're going to put everything back together and look again on the live data, see how quick this thing moves compared with the other side. I don't really want to have to take them off either if I don't have to. This side is not too bad. The other side is definitely a challenge. But yeah, let's going to put everything back together. There's not a lot taken off yet. And we'll go from there. We'll see what we're going to do next. Plug it in. Okay, that's it. Right, that's it. Let's gonna put it back and see how it goes. I just started up this thing. He knocked a little bit because he sucked all the cleaning stuff through the EGR that I sprayed to clean it, and it ran a little bit rough for a bit, but it's now settled. I've loaded the same live data as before, so the two EGRs. If you guys remember, the green EGR, which is the bottom one, was the one that would take a little bit more to follow. So I want to show you the difference now. Look at that. Can you guys see the difference? So I'm literally, look at that. You see how much quicker the EGR is now recovering or following the other EGR? Look at that. Let me turn the engine off. Ignition on, so I don't lose the live data. Start it up again. Look at that. The difference is quite a big difference. Look at that. Look at that. So let's gonna go for a drive test, or for a test drive, see how it drives. I don't know. See if I can make anything to happen, anything to come back on. I'm gonna follow. Look at that live data closely to see if anything happens, etc, etc. And I guess I'll get back to you if anything happens or not. Well, just stay on that side. Okay, I've been driving now for a good, I don't know, maybe 10-15 minutes. So far he hasn't missed a bit. I know it looked like it's different, but remember that the scale is slightly different here on the side. As you can see, the green scale trend with the blue, they are roughly different, so they're not going to match the lines because of that. But yeah, I've been monitoring and it's been fine. So far so good. So I don't know if we have a fix yet, but I'm going to carry on driving a little bit more, start and stop the car a little bit here and there, and see how it goes. I was thinking about try something here quickly while I'm not on my driveway making noise, but I don't know yet if I'm going to do it. I will take you through if I do. Just go back home. I drove for another half an hour, give or take. I think it was about half an hour, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere around there. And it's been fine. I started and stopped the car several times. It's been doing everything good. I've been monitoring all the type of light data as well, all the parameters, but EGR wise it's been perfect. So I'm gonna stop it, start it again. It's been fine. So I'm not gonna replace the EGRs just yet. I'm gonna tell the owner that, or I'm gonna tell the guy that the car is okay now. The EGR seems to be working a little bit more freely. So my recommendation is to leave it for now. Not to worry too much. If this is a fault that carry on happening, then it might gonna have to be a EGR replacement or something along those lines. I would like to stress one thing here, or to highlight one thing here, because I haven't done any measurements on the wiring or anything like that. I did a wiggle test around the engine when I was looking at those values on the live data. I thought, let me wiggle the loom, see if anything fails. Because of the ABS, you could say, well, maybe you have corrosion on the ECU plugs. I don't, because when I did the ABS, I had the ECU out and I inspect those plugs, the plugs into the ECU. They were all cleaned, was no water ingress visible anywhere, so everything was good. So that's why I'm not going to worry about that. Yes, you'd have to go and check the other video for you guys to make more sense out of this. But yes, I've already did those checks. That was fine. And I didn't measure it because I did a wiggle test and it didn't do anything, and so I think it was just the EGR getting stuck, in my opinion. That was a little bit visible on the live data as well, before and after, as we have seen. So for now, guys, I think that's gonna be the outcome of this video. I think we have a fix. Again, guys, if this comes back, but I will tell them, look, they have a garage, as I said at the start. I'm going to recommend, if he fails again, or if he starts to give many issues, or if he fails again, whatever he wants to do, to just replace the EGR. And when he does one EGR, I would probably tell him to do both. If this was my car, I would probably do both EGRs at the same time. I wouldn't do just the one, because they have the same age. So if one is failing, the other one most likely will be about to as well. But that will be up to him. So I think that's going to be it for this video, guys. I'm not gonna waste more time with this for now. And that's it. I just hope there's some information here that makes sense. My main reason to tackle this into a video was purely to show you, to make the follow-up, if that makes sense, from the ABS issue to the talking video, and now this. Obviously I would have to do all the videos, so that was the main reason, because otherwise, to be honest with you, if it was just to clean the EGR as we did, I wouldn't even record, I wouldn't even publish this video. As soon as I realized I wouldn't be changing the EGRs or doing anything else. I think it's a waste of time, or a waste of time and money right now to change that EGR. That could have been a blip. They never complained about this performing thing. After the ABS, I drove the car, never seen that fault. I've seen that fault once or twice, if I'm not mistaken, and I've never seen it again. So yeah, it could have been a one-off. I'm not going to deliver the car just yet. I want to do a cold start tomorrow and go for a quick test drive tomorrow morning to see how it goes from cold, see if it works the same, look at the live data again, and go from there. And then yes, I will tell him to pick it up. But I'm going to wrap up this video here, guys, because there's no point to carry on. And that's it for this video. So I do hope there's some information here you guys can find useful. I hope you learned something. Hope what we have done makes some sense. But by all means, if you have any questions, any comments, you know how it works, put them below. And like always, guys, thanks for watching.